Welcome, everyone, to the league. This is your commissioner speaking. And it's week 8, a spooky week 8. A lot of stuff has happened this last week. Not to mention everybody, and I mean everybody, in the South fucking lost. They all fucking lost. The Tiger Sharks lost as usual. The Quailmen continue to slide. The Heaters choked on the big stage against a rival, and even the Charleston Trolls could not overcome the incumbent Titans Elite, who are now leading the West. The Titans Elite are the only team with a above 500 record in the West. Incredible. And the Wise Guys are back to the bottom after their most recent loss. Looking at the East, the dumpster fire still 6-1, still trucking along. The Rune Dogs are right behind them. They are not afraid. The Smeagol's got the win as well. Everybody in the East won except for the Cartel, as usual. Happy Halloween to everyone. Cheers. And let's get into the power rankings. Not too much has changed, really. It was pretty easy power rankings this time around. Coming in at number 12, you got the Cartel. They're 1-6, looking for a win this week. They're fucking garbage. Coming in at number 11, same old, same old. You got the Tiger Sharks, still down there. Couldn't even put up 100 points against the Smeagol's last week. And yeah, it's not looking too good for the Tiger Sharks. They need a win this week, or they can pretty much pack up their shit and head to St. Pete. Coming in at number 10, you got the French Quarter Quailmen. Another loss for this team. And this is one of those teams you look at and you just kind of wonder what the hell's going wrong. This is a good team. Herbert, Bijan Robinson, yeah, got sat last week and did basically sat. He had one carry for 3 yards. You know, he's got Ezekiel Elliott, who's pretty good. Stephon Diggs is the most, I would say, the most uh, just steady, rock solid player in the league. Okay, and you got Scary Terry, Evan Ingram's a decent tight end. Williams is doing okay, and he's got Najee, who finally put up some good games. So this is a good team, and he's got Miles Garrett. And this team just cannot find a way to win. I think it's coaching, because when it came down to it, their defense was all Miles Garrett, and that was it. And I know the week before there was a player that was either on bye or injured that played. So it's all comes down to coaching with this team. This team is stacked with talent. They should not be 2-5. They should be at the very least 3-4, 4-3, maybe even 5-2. However, I have run the numbers. The Quailmen are the unluckiest team in the league. I think they've had the most points scored against them this year. Yes, they have. And also, when compared to the rest of everybody else, it is damn near, uh, I guess you'd say, scary to see how this team stacks up and just how unlucky they are each week. But I digress. Coming in at number 9, you got the Washington Wise Guys, dropping down a few spots. You kind of had to after a loss. Um, excuse me, after a loss, a close loss to the Rune Dogs. Only lost by 2 touchdowns, but they only put up 100 points in the process. And it just seems like whenever this team needs to get something done, they do it, and then the next week they just kind of fall off. So we need to see some consistency out of these guys, and have not yet. Coming in at number 8, another West team. You got the LA Finesse. Did get the win last week, but they were playing the Cartel and they blew them the fuck out. But who hasn't done that this season? So yeah, the Finesse, I think, move up one spot. to number 8. Coming in at number 7, also moving up one spot, also another team from the West. You got the Vietnam Voyagers taking a big win last week over the Hickory Grove Heaters. Put up the most points in the league last week. So this team is either super hot or super cold. They put up either the most points or second most points in a week, or they've put up the least or the second least amount of points in a week. So this team, if they're hot, they're hot. They're cold, they're cold. So it's kind of spooky on that end. Coming in at number 6, top 6, you got the Philadelphia Smeagol's. This team is on a roll right now, looking great. Beat down the Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks by a healthy 40 points, and right now they're looking good, looking healthy. You know, both of their running backs are kind of carrying this team right now, and it's very interesting. Running backs and tight ends right now are carrying this team to victories, and it's scary to see because we know how good their wide receivers are. So when that picks up, look out. Coming in at number 5, you got the SC Titans Elite, and yeah, I mean I couldn't really move them down, couldn't really move them up. I mean, they did get the win over the Trolls. Huge win. I couldn't move them up any higher than this. Again, they're only 4-3. We got to see some more out of Joe's squad. They did put up 133 points. The Trolls only put up 107. So kind of played Joe ball a little bit there, but Lamar Jackson literally was the game changer for that win. 133 points. He scored 33. Without Lamar Jackson, this team probably would have bit the fucking dust. Yeah, but Titans Elite leading the West, so got to keep them in there at number 5. Coming in at number 4, dropping a spot. You got the Hickory Grove Heaters. 134 points, which was the third most in the league last week, but ran into the buzzsaw, unfortunately, and did take the L. This is still not a bad team. Very, very strong team, very scary team. So that I do move them down only one spot, and because I kind of had to, you know. But yeah, still very strong team. Coming in at number 3, though, dropping a spot. You got the Charleston Trolls. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on over in Charleston now? You know, they've lost, I think, 2 of their last 3 games. You know, one was to the Wise Guys, and just this last week to the Titans Elite. So the West teams are now, I think, 2-1 against the Trolls. Let me double check that. No, I'm sorry, they are 2-2. The Trolls have beaten the Finesse and the Voyagers and lost to the Wise Guys and the Titans Elite. So it's kind of topsy-turvy, upside-downy weirdness going on over in Charleston. But yeah, they do only drop one spot there. Still a tough team to take out. We'll see if they can get that done. Coming in at number 2, got the Long Island Rune Dogs. Again, it's almost like it's no one's talking about them. No one's talking about the Rune Dogs. You know, they're quietly 5-2. Would be 4-3 had not for a late thing, and the uh, the dumpster fire would be undefeated still right now, if not for that craziness, for half a point. So let's go ahead and put them up there. I mean, the dumpster fire. I mean, holy shit. This team is fucking terrifying, if you ask me. They put up 132, one of their worst games of the year, 132 points over the Quailmen. And again, their only loss this year is by half a point, or not even half, less than half a point on a recalculation. It was against the Rune Dogs. It wasn't even against the bad team. So this team is terrifying right now, and the way they're playing, um, you know, hey, who knows what's going to happen. But let's get into the matchups a little bit spookier. Matchup number 1. You got the Miami Cartel at 1-6, going on out to play the 4-3 West leading Titans Elite. And this should be a matchup that most people probably won't tune into. Um, and why would you? But the cartel said they were coming out and they were going to win this week, and they were going to do it against one of the best teams in the league, and that would be the SC Titans lead. Can they do it? Right now, the cartel are up 8-0 at the end of the first quarter, so they are sticking to their guns, but we know what the Titans elite can do. That defense is fantastic. Their armor is impenetrable at times, and sometimes it's tough to score over 100 points against this squad. And as it stands now, it does not look like the cartel will do that, and it looks like the Titans elite should be able to pull away with the victory and just a bloodbath, nasty nothingness bowl. You know, basically, ugh, just ugh, filthy. Let's get into matchup number two. Matchup number two. We got the LA Finesse at 3-4 at the 2-5. Surprisingly, 2-5 French Quarter Quailmen. And man, right now this game is 12-7 for the Quailmen at home. They need a win, and this is a big game for both teams. If the Quailmen lose, they might be out of the playoff race, considering how the West is doing and killing everybody. And then for the Finesse, again, they have got to keep up with, well, the rest of the West. So the Finesse need this win really bad, but I think the Quailmen need this win more. If the Quailmen drop this one, it might be lights out. Let's get into matchup number three. You got the 6-1 Columbia Dumpster Fire at the 4-3 Hickory Grove Heaters. And again, I look at this Heaters team and I just say they should not be 4-3. But they keep finding new ways to lose, and just almost in heartbreaking fashion. And right now, the Dumpster Fire are up 29-11 at the end of the first quarter. I mean, they're already putting the bang thing on the Heaters. The Dumpster Fire are showing why they are pretty much the best team. Not pretty much, they are the best team in the league. All of those points came from their quarterback. All of them. And but the Heaters did get 11 out of Mike Evans, so that's not too bad in the first quarter, but it's going to be an uphill battle for the Heaters. Matchup number 4. You got the 3-4 Vietnam Voyagers going on out to Long Island to play the 5-2 Moondogs. And this is a spooky matchup. Right now, the Roondogs are up 2 touchdowns at the end of the first, 14-0. It does look like the Roondogs should win this one by a healthy 2 to 3 touchdowns, but the Voyagers did it last week as well. They were down for the count, and then fourth quarter came along, and they showed up and won by 30. So anything can happen with this team. We will see what happens at the running back position. Again, guys, this is a tough week for matchups. You got to be smart this week. Why? There are no buys this week. It's a full card. So this golf this week is going to put everyone to the test. Who can set the best lineup? And that's what all of these matchups are really going to come down to. Who's got the best team, but who can set the best lineups? But yeah, right now as it stands, Moondogs up 14-0. It looks like they should pull away in this one, but crazier things have happened. Let's get on to the rivalry game of the week. You got the 2-5 Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks at the 3-4 Washington Wise Guys. And the Tiger Sharks, they're not going away without a fight. They are up 27-0 at the end of the first quarter, and it looks like they should be able to hold on to this lead until the end of the game. The Wise Guys, it looks like they may lose by a couple of touchdowns. Godwin doing his thing, and the defense putting up some points for the Tiger Sharks, and the head coach needs a win there. Both of these teams need a win very, very, very badly, and it's going to be tough. But we all know this matchup. It goes way, way, way back. Both these boys like them Gators, but they're trying to get a win this week. We'll see how it happens. I don't know. I think even though the Tiger Sharks are up, again, I did say it's all about lineups this week, and it's rough over there in Tampa. And let's get on to the game of the fucking week. You got the 4-3 Philadelphia Smeagol's at the 5-2 Charleston Trolls. And this game has not kicked off yet, so we have no score. So right now it looks like projection-wise, it's a 1-point victory for the Trolls. But again, projections, who fucking knows what's gonna happen here? This is a very, very tough matchup to call, and again, I can see why this is game of the week. It's huge. It's also a rivalry game. It's, old division foes, lifelong, buddy foes. I mean, the coaches go way back. These teams, they do not like each other, and this is the battle of the tight end. You got Mandrews and Hawkinson. And you also, this is the battle of the tough fucking players. Who can do it? And also, who's got the better defense? Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson, Mosley, Wilson, Hufanga, Minka the Stinka Fitzpatrick. This is going to be one for the ages, but the Smeagol's are hot right now. The Trolls, bit of a skid. Personally, give me the Smeagol's in this one. Just my little personal prediction. And speaking of predictions, let's get on to them. Thank you, Sam, for making them picks this week. High as balls, by the way. Yeah, so last week, Graydon did go 3-3 with his picks. Again, not terrible, not good. He missed his own Trolls over the Titans Elite. He got the Quailmen over the Dumpster Fire wrong. That was a crazy pick. And he got the Heaters over the Voyagers wrong. So really probably should have been 4-2. I don't know why he picked the Quailmen over the Dumpster Fire, but otherwise pretty solid picks. Our percentage does go down just a couple of points to 62%. We are now 26-16 on the year. Mandy's got next week's picks. Sam had this week's picks, and he's got his own cartel, of course, upsetting the Titans Elite. 1-6, over 4-3, leaders of the West, losers of the league. So that would be a very, very big upset. Not upset of the year, but a very, very big upset if that does indeed happen. He's got the Finesse over the Quailmen, which is a good pick. He's got the Heaters over the Dumpster Fire. Woo! Muy caliente. That's a spicy pick. Also a big upset there. He's got the Rune Dogs over the Voyagers, safe-ish pick. He's got the Tiger Sharks over the Wise Guys in the rivalry game of the week, which is, I would say, an upset, but not really. It's not really an upset there, but the way that both teams have looked, I mean, the way the Tiger Sharks have looked this year, yeah, I have no idea why he picked them, but then the Wise Guys, they play to their competition. So the Wise Guys may get dragged down and just not show up today and just may fucking lose. And in the game of the week, he's got the Smeagol's over the Trolls, which in and of itself is a little bit of an upset. But again, the way that it's played out, not really that too much of an upset looking at the matchups and everything. So these are very spicy picks. I mean, these picks could go, they could literally go 0-6, they could go 6-0, or they could go anywhere in between. There is no real way to figure out which of these is a slam dunk pick, except for, I mean, maybe the dumpster fire pick, but oh, I'm sorry, he picked the dumpster fire to lose. Yeah, I mean, there's no slam dunk pick here. Um, yeah, this is gonna be tough, but let's get into golf. Golf. So, when it comes to golf, where the fuck is my golf stuff? Last week, E-Man shot a triple birdie, fantastic, and I shot a quintuple birdie. So it brought E-Man up to 5 under, and it brought me from 3 over up to 2 under, and now tied with Matt and Mandy there in 5th place. Hunter still leads the league, 8 under. Dan at 7 under. Braden and E-Man now are tied at 5 under. Again, Matt, Mandy, and myself are tied at 2 under. Joe is back to even. Tebow had he did nothing. No, Tebow had 1 birdie. Okay, yeah. Tebow had 1 birdie, bring him up to 3 over. P-Man and Sam still sitting at 4 over. And Rico shot another bogey to bring him to 7 over. So I am liking this year's golf. It's much more, I would say, competitive and balanced, it looks like. No one's going, 10 under immediately, and no one's going 10 over immediately. So everyone's right in the thick of it. Everyone still has a chance. Even Rico still has a chance to win that coveted mug. But that's about it here, guys. Again, trying to make it short this week. Happy Halloween. Cheers.